Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Princess Tiana here, and I am from the Maxi Toys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mario Party DS from the Nintendo DS. So last time, in this case yesterday, that I managed to play Wiggler's Garden, and despite the beginning part is a bit meh, but even then though, I managed to claim a little victory for that department, especially for duel matches and stuff. So yeah, we managed to actually play Wiggler's Garden. And today, for this episode, in this case the entire two videos in one, for this case and during today, that we're about to be playing Toadette's Music Room, where this board takes place in a music room themed board, which I kind of like, because since how it does it the same thing as it does it for Sonic Advance 2, called Music Plans from the, you know, the third zone in the game in Sonic Advance 2 when you actually explored on? It looks very interesting, to say much for that. Oh god, a hidden block. A hidden block appears in the first turn. It always happens like this. Especially how it compared to in Mario Party 3 when Sonic managed to do the Spiny Desert in Mario Party 3 that he got screwed over when I'm presuming Mario got himself his first star anyway. So yeah, Toadette's Music Room, it plays exactly similar to Wiggler's Garden, like you're still going to purchase a star when you're trying to pay 20 coins and stuff like usual. But except the noticeable differences is that during the mechanics are is that obviously the main difference is that the payment at the get-go that you actually have a blue musical note to begin with. Oh, we have Gusty Blizzard. Stay warm in a freezing blizzard by rubbing your character with the stylus. If even one character remains unfrozen, all three win the challenge. So I have to use the stylus out for my Wii U gamepad for a moment. Rubbing your character with the stylus a little here, and there is the best way that you can stay warm. So, as for the team of one, that like Mario for instance, he's gonna have to like blow the microphone at these opponents. So yeah, that's how this minigame usually plays this out. I'm gonna have to keep doing this no matter what. Yeah, you're gonna have to keep an eye on the thermometer right there, because if it's gone empty, you'll be completely much frozen by the snowman. Or in this case the Mr. Blizzard, whatever you prefer. Like, usually that's what a snowman, enemies are normally called from, Mr. Blizzard. So, anyway. So yeah, when it comes to the, Toadette's Music Room, that, even though Toadette wasn't a playable character this time, because it, until when it gets to Mario Party 10 and Mario Party Star Rush, that she will come back as a playable character. But until that, in this game, in Mario Party 9 and Island Tour, that she wasn't playable in those games. And by the way, one of those happening spaces can be usage of those musical instruments that you can interact with. Like for instance, Mario actually land on that question mark spot, or in this case a happening space, which what that does is that it allows you to transport you almost right near to where the star space is, even one space away from the star space in general. So it kind of sort of like, I don't know, like, I can't remember exactly what I described, but that will allows you to, you know, get to there immediately. So it might be really handy if you're actually trying to land on one of those until when it's like your turn next. Now you should be able to clarify you can actually enter that. So at the moment right now, Daisy's far behind with those movements whenever she just pulls it off. And until right now, let's see if I can get a higher roll. I'll just use one of my hex to actually place that here. Oh, not that close. But, unless if I was going to be trying to anticipate from my happening space right there. But first, I'm going to buy the double dice set, and that's about it. Because I'm going to be saving those coins until the later parts throughout this board. Now, the thing is, though, is that from the get-go, that you actually have an option to buy your, obviously, a star itself. But obviously, from at first, you're actually going to be seeing the blue musical notes, in this case, musical note coded C. Now, before we talk more onto that, actually, here we have a new minigame, Big Blowout. Race to the finish by running along the tips of candles. Blow them out to clear your way, so use the microphone. How many candles can go dark depends on how long and hard you blow in the microphone. Try to blow out as many as you can to clear the long path. So this minigame is kind of interesting because you have to use the microphone usage of this thing. But even then though, it does that before in Mario Party 6 and 7, but those two games usually act out as the accessory. But at least in this particular installment of Mario Party, that the microphone has a built-in to the system itself, alongside with the 3DS of course. And then as well as the Wii U gamepad for the Nintendo Wii U. Now, I don't know if they're going to be included that in the Nintendo Switch, but even then I'll have to find out as soon as the presentation will slowly coming up. Even until when it gets to 2 months' time, as a matter of fact, until now. But yeah. So Peach is still in first place though, because thanks to the hidden block that she actually got from the get-go, or in this case the first go in Toadette's music room. So yeah, when it's like, as you can see, Mario got himself his first star, like he actually paid just 5 coins instead of 20 coins. Because there are 5 different types of music notes you can actually purchase, and depends on what they're colored, and especially different coded in, there actually comes in with a different amount of coins you pay. Like for instance, the first musical notes will have to be in musical note C, which you can only pay like 5 coins. And then the next one, which is right next to where Daisy is right now, that way you can only pay like 10 coins, which was musical notes. I'm pretty sure it's musical note coded D. And then I believe coded E was 15, and then coded I'm pretty sure F is oh wow, that's the lamest dice roll you've got there, Peach. I would hate to say that, but that's just how you think. But even then, you got a friendship, Space, no matter what. But anyway, so yeah, with the musical notes coded E F, that you have to pay like just usual 20 coins, just like in the paying the actual star in the previous board that we did earlier. And finally, the most expensive one out of all will have to be musical notes coded G, which is a bright red note. And now musical notes will actually be worth about 30 coins, like usually 3 zeros, so you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so now that Daisy actually purchased that musical note, and that means the next musical note is going to be coded E. In this case, you have to pay like 15 coins in order to do so. Thankfully though, you don't have to like, even though it rounds repeat and vice versa, every time when you purchase the musical note, it won't be just be the exact same musical note, it'll be different musical notes, even then with a different payment. So as you can tell in this board, I'm going to be using Luigi in this board, because after all we see Wario, Waluigi, Yoshi, and I did pick Toad from the last board, so we thought we can actually see Mario, Luigi, even though I'm playing as Luigi at the time, and also Peach and Daisy for as opponents. Grab the coins that spilled from the chest, but don't get hit by the beads. The red coins are worth 5 times as much as the normal ones. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward for the most part. You'll be stunned for a while if you're hit by a bead, so be careful when you're running for coins. So this is called pin pinners, or pin pinchers, or penny pinchers, I'll have to say. It's kind of hard to see from this viewpoint, especially when I was doing the top screen, but even then I found it's a little bit too difficult in the top screen department, because the only reason being for that is because in the Nintendo Wii U's Virtual Console version doesn't usually incorporate the 2 screens into this middle section, because I don't know why, although it does that from the first option, but instead it is actually laid out as the old DS model placeholder, which I found was a little bit disorientating with that view. But sadly, I just only got a lesser amount of coins before anyone. Although it doesn't matter being by much, because, you know, there's no coin star involved. And one thing you might notice is the fact that, the minigame, in order to get the minigame star, it acts very differently this time around. Now, you give me some 10 coins, Mario. Anyway, when it comes to gaining your minigame star, acts quite differently compared to the other games, is that when you actually obviously obtain the minigame star while basically winning those coins depends on the minigames you win. However, this time around though, in this game, that it all depends on how much wins you actually obtain the minigame stars. So yeah, it's one thing I've worth knowing for, sorry for lack of speaking today. But anyway, as far as this board is concerned, I think this will have to be one of my favorite boards in the entire game, mostly judging by the fact that how it's interesting how this board actually plays out. And not to mention though, you can actually interact with any different instruments and stuff that usually like this happens. Now, there's another happening space where Daisy actually lands on. That what happens is that it will actually change the musical note, in this case star space, into a different location. Think of the sorry about that, I just got something in my throat. Even then I just got a dry throat for a moment. Oh, I was only one space off from that musical note. I was literally that close. But I guess I might as well take the green space, or in this case a happening space, any day. At least I was hoping for it anyway. And here's the first battle game of the particular Let's Play, ladies and gentlemen. And just like how it does in the previous Mario Party games, they are quite random sometimes. It depends if it's either 4-player or battle game. But even then, they're pretty self-explanatory. Short fuse. All players take turns blowing on a bomb fuse, hoping to make the bomb blow up for the next player. If you're caught in a blast, you're out. You must blow on the bomb at least a little, or else the bomb will blow up anyway. So blow just a little, even if the fuse is very short. So you have to use the microphone in order to actually do with this. Okay, so let's see how Peach is doing. She only blows for just a little bit though. This minigame sort of kind of reminds me of something related to Mario Party 2 and Mario Party 4, Bowser's Big Blast and Bowser's Bigger Blast. Hold on, man. Yeah, anyway though, yeah, this minigame sort of kind of reminds me of something, a mishmash between Bowser's Big Blast and Bowser's Bigger Blast, but much more improvement this time around, because obviously this minigame wasn't as luck-based as Bowser's Bigger Blast, even Bowser's Big Blast from Mario Party 1 and 2. But I found that because of that, it's all about skill and strategy based for this minigame Short Fuse, because that's the one thing I'm massively improved up on. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of times either you're gonna be not hearing me very well, or in this case, you might be wondering that I'm quite quiet at the moment, because obviously I'm trying to concentrate just to blow myself from that little situation. But I'm not gonna blow it on the microphone, my actual microphone recording session, so you know. So let's blow a moment, there we go. Because if I blow it all the way, that means I will lose entirely. So, and this means I won't get any coins at all. So Mario's out. So now it's between Peach and me. Alright, so Peach is going just to blow just in a moment. Okay, that should be fine by me, because I get the ultimate victory here. Actually, kind of think about it, is that, if you actually do not blow on your microphone in this particular minigame, what happens is that I did actually demonstrate this on my own time. And what happens if you don't blow the fuse will go automatically blow up. That's the only reason that you should able to notice that already, as far as I noticed. Okay, so now I've got 20 coins and everyone else gets them. Like, I believe Mario only gets 1, Peach gets 9. I don't know how much Daisy's got. I think she's only had like 2, I'm presuming. But anyway, yeah, there are a whole bunch of those happening spaces you might come across into this this board. Like, there was actually the ones in the piano right there. And what happens is that you're gonna have to do like some sort of like a mini game, similar to how it does in Boo's Haunted Bash in Mario Party 4. When you come across into that mini mushroom mini game, yeah, you have to deal with the Peach got it. Dang it. So I guess I'm the only one don't have a star at the moment right now. So in this case, I'm at 4th place right now, which is kind of unfortunate, because due to the fact the you know, the lack of dice rolls and stuff. Oh, here's the most really expensive musical note right there. That's why Mario's right next to it. But anyway, so I think Peach might actually give me some 5 coins, because after all, I was 4th place right now. So thanks for that. Okay, so this will actually give me some bit of advantages for right now. So, you get the idea. Okay, Daisy, she got a 4. And another happening space right there, that as what Hammer Brother did actually some sort of mention there, that he actually just pulls out the drumstick, and then what happens was is that if you get flinged into the drum, that way you can actually try to transport you into a different area. It won't be the same though, because even then it's all randomized, so it depends on what spots you are going to be located in. So, yeah, just wanted to let you know that. Okay, 2 versus 2, we have Tumbling Terror. Oh, man. Blow on the microphone to startle Womp into falling on the other team. Whoever team blows the most over 5 seconds will be victorious. Well, I like the sound of that. Blow as long and hard as you can, and make sure that you and your partner do the same. So I'm guessing yet another microphone minigame, so I'm going to be just as quiet while doing commentary whenever I do this. Alright, here we go. Oh, that totally wasted my breath there. But let's just see who managed to claim that victory then. Oh god! Oh phew, that was close. Immediately though, I thought I was going to be squashed then for a moment. But it turns out I didn't. Alright. But even then, I'm still in dead last, because I don't have myself a star yet. So, let's see how Mario does. He pretty much gonna bypass that star because he doesn't have enough coins. I'm pretty tell from that little part. Another happening space, as you can see right there onto that violin. What happens is that it'll actually transport you into the exact same spaces where the opponent did actually land on that space. It figures like the ones in Western lands whenever you purchase, or in this case, like, use 10 coins into that little milk bar for Mario Party 2. Think of like that, but except you don't have to pay coins in order to get that, you know, happening space teleportation stuff. Somehow Peach loses some bunch of coins by Mario's Hex Trap, and stuff like usually that happens. Daisy only gets 1 because even though that depends on luck. Anyway, Daisy managed to try to purchase snack bag and even double dice set. And another hidden block contains, of course, coins. It won't be a start though, unlike, although it can be random sometimes when it comes to the hidden blocks and stuff, when you're trying to get some goodies and what have you. Alright, so 1 versus 3 minigame, we have nothing to lunch. Race down the hill on your shoe sledge. Scraping a corner during a turn will slow you down, so take corners smoothly, I mean. You lose speed if you scrape the sledge off the chute. Watch the course ahead so you know when and how to sleuth. In a team of 3, they have to ride on their shoe, which is kind of amusing. And another team, which is essentially a team of 1, have to use the spoon. So, even though it depends on what's the different team they actually come across into, like obstacles and stuff, that the description might actually just say quite differently. So, yeah. It's a pretty fun event though, or in this case fun minigame, because it kind of reminds me of something almost related to the bobsledge event in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, and especially Sochi 2014 Olympic Winter Games, except rather than do with motion controls and stuff. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Wow, that sledge on the right behind us is actually a lot bigger than it looks. I guess I haven't really too much explained about the entire plot of Mario Party DS's story, because I will explain more into that. But even then though, that for right now, that you know that little monochrome you know this little thing over here, as you can see right on the left. You know what that Daisy managed to land on there. That what happens is that it will actually transport the star location into a different spot, because even then, just like how it does in the Lucky Lamp for Mario Party 3, and hell, even the Chomp Whistle for Mario Party 4, and a Twister Capsule for Mario Party 5. Think of those items, but except the fact this is just that, you know, it's in music rooms, so I think it only happens in one board, so it's not like any other boards, they're all just like, you know. Okay. Bowser space time, so what is he gonna do to poor Princess Peach? Unfortunately, she'll lose 20 coins. I don't know if she actually got enough from trying to actually get the next musical note, but even then, I'll start to find out until when that was gonna happen. So, oh, Daisy almost gets a lucky 7. If you get lucky 7 with one of those pairs, you actually get yourselves even much bigger coins amounts, like 30 coins for instance. So, yeah, you get the idea. Alright, so now's my turn. Let's see what I can get. I can get a 7, which is alright by me, but I'm gonna go that way. Although my main concern is I need to know what exactly what's on the item shop. Oh, I'm definitely going to be getting those 3 star pipes because I seriously need to catch up to the stars amount. Especially since I haven't got stars since whenever I get this board started and over with. But anyway, I think I managed to get all 3 of those star pipes in my items inventory right now. After when I think I pretty much spent the most of my coins. Oh, great, we have another battle minigame. And this time even more coins betting for 14. Jeez, who could it possibly go wrong? Anyway, cheap chump. Okay then. Survive the longest by staying out of the whirlpool. Tap the button rapidly to paddle away from the water vortex. Okay then. Seems very standard. Don't give up if you get stuck into the whirlpool. Just press A rapidly to attempt an escape. So you move the directional pad to actually swim around, and then while doing so, pressing A to swim. But yeah, if you're getting sucked up by the cheap and stuff, then you immediately go out. This minigame is sort of similar to Blooper Scooper for Mario Party 6, but except rather than dealing with the actual blooper, instead we have to deal with cheaps. Seriously, what's up with cheaps are desperately trying to outright you since Mario Party 3's cheap chase? I don't know what that's about, but except that it doesn't have bombs shown up. But that's a pretty intense minigame nonetheless. Especially how if you're trying to outright swim out of the way from the whirlpools. Unfortunately, Mario, you don't have any coins. Alright, so I'm definitely gonna catch up to the, even then until the, this next turn, by the way. I'm actually trying to get myself a next star until now. Although I don't know about that yet, but even then though, that we'll have to find out until when, if Daisy decides to get one, so... For now though, Mario immediately going to warp almost right near to the red musical notes, but despite the fact that he won't able to proceed, so anyway. So let's see how Peach is doing. I think she trying to manage to get herself her next star. Because oh no, I guess I'm guessing not. Okay, she doesn't have enough. So a bit of a lack of, oh, this could be a good thing. Because not to mention, since 30 coins is way too much for my money department, this means I can actually just buy myself a cheapest star, which can be buy from purchasing for just 5 coins and stuff. You get the idea. Alright, Daisy, what are you gonna do? You trying to steal something from me? Oh, of course she's gonna steal from Peach. I have no idea, but even then though, I'm guessing... Oh, forget what I just mentioned. Oh, Daisy almost gonna land on that Bowser space, the dreaded Bowser space, I should say. Now, it's time to use one of my star pipes, because I need to get that star so badly after, let's say, this is turn 8, I'm presuming, because after 8 turns ago, I do not got any stars at all, since when computer opponents get even much bigger number rolls. But even then, I've managed to finally encounter the power star. Sorry, I can't speak today. I kept saying power star for some reason. Anyway. So, yeah, let's go ahead and... I don't know which way I'm gonna go. No matter what, though, I'm actually gonna take the red space. Although I don't know if they actually just comment on the red star. Unlike how it does in Mario Party 8. Oh, we're doing Mole Thrill again. But even though it might take a bit of a long time to actually just to deal with this minigame to deal with. Well, it's kind of fun, though, but just a little bit too long. Okay then, so let's outright run away from that Monty Mo again. So yeah, when it comes to Toadette's music room, I found this a pretty interesting level. Probably my favorite level in the entire game itself. Because the reason being for that is because, well, they did something more likely a music-themed level for a change, which makes it more likely a different theme for a Mario Party game like this. We haven't got a Mario game, although there was a music park from Mario Kart 7, which is pretty cool. And as well, they also did make a comeback on that course in Mario Kart 8. And as well as the Electron from Mario Kart 8 as well, which I found really, really remarkable for a course like this. And still, yeah, you know. Oh, come on, Peach. We need to get some coins. There we go. And that was almost gonna be, like, you know, outright close to me and Peach and Mario and Daisy, most likely. In fact, what's really weird about this is that since we the character selections you can see right now on the bottom of the screen, that we actually be using the Mario Brothers, in this case Mario and Luigi, shown on this board, and then the other two, which are Peach and Daisy, the princesses. So this kind of makes it more likely a team thing, but we're not doing a team tag in this case a tag battle, because we don't think we can actually just you know, repeat those boards over and over and over again, but still. But if you played Mario Party 8 before, then you probably know what the other modes can be like. So anyway, I think Peach is now gonna buy herself this particular musical note, and yeah. And somehow Mario managed to set himself the 2 subtract hexagons, or in this case 2 subtract star hex. So could be bad or a good thing. Well, at least depends on if the players themselves might land on it. So let's see how much Peach she's gonna get. She gets a lucky 7, which from lucky 7 standpoints, well, there you go then. Oh, ouch. Sorry, Peach, but unfortunately you lost 2 stars by Mario. Damn, I feel really bad for you right there. You could have potentially tried to, like, even then though, that you always been falling in love with Mario, but I don't know why. I think you might try to get a payback on him, and well, not now though. But even then though, until when it gets to Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo systems, or forget what I just said. But anyway, yeah, now Daisy's gonna come across into Bowser's base, but even then though, I'm pretty sure that he'll do the same thing as what Peach does. Give me coins. Yep, typical. So I guess there's not much else I can possibly think of about this particular video, especially the entire board itself. That I just really love this board in general, because even then though, Toadette himself is actually a lot more bigger than the others were, because even then, yeah. I guess that was about time to actually explain how the plot looks like in Mario Party DS. Differently from the other Mario Party games, that in any other Mario Party games, mainly Mario Party 1 and especially Mario Party 2, that both of those games is just pretty simple, like for story-wise, is that basically who wins the most of those boards and collecting most of the stars and to stop Bowser and become the superstar at the end. It's that simple. And then in Mario Party 3, it's basically the same thing, but except that in the sense that you can actually just try to get most of the stamps into your stamp collection, and then once you collect all the stamps, then you become a true superstar. Once you actually just know something, the Millennium Star, he's actually fake, and then the real Millennium Star is inside Tumble. But I digress. Dodge food and avoid falling off the Crevator belt. If even one of you survives, you'll all win. So you can't leap over the burger or the shake. You'll freeze if you step on this ice cream dish, and you'll be slowed by the steps if you get stepped on the the pancakes. I believe if you're hit by the hot dog or anything like that, you'll pretty much guarantee you might actually get hit. So if you're probably wondering what this minigame is called, it's called Fast Food Frenzy. Basically in this minigame we have to dodge as many foods as you can, while the team of one is trying to deliver the food at them. And it's a conveyor belt, of course. So that's all there is to it for this minigame in general. So yeah, Yeah, anyway, back into what we were saying about the plots in the Mario Party games until nowadays, is that in Mario Party 4, that it actually just about to be a little birthday celebration when it comes to the playable characters, depends on what characters you're using. And then whoever gets all of the presents what they wanted for their birthday, then they actually get themselves a, you guessed it, superstar. And then in Mario Party 5, all you have to do is just stop Bowser and even Mini Bowser or Koopa Kid in North America. And if you stop one of those two, then you can actually save one of the dreams. And that's all you can do, especially the Dream Star. And in 6, Brighton and Twyla were having an argument about the, something related to the Star Bank system. And then basically what we can do here is to actually restore all of the scrapbooks and during the pop-up book. And then what happens is that they will actually just, you need to recover those power stars into, or in this case, stars, to actually just, make them as forgive each other again, I'm presuming. Although I may be wrong, but anyway. And then in 7, that Mario and the crew did manage to invite the holiday vacation, but except for Bowser and Mini Bowser this time, because Mini Bowser was now being reunited with Bowser himself from that little situation. And then basically that Mario and the crew must able to explore Bowser's Enchanted Inferno, and once they actually finish that board, then Bowser and Mini Bowser will get kicked out and then left alone in the island. And then in 8, all you do is just become a true superstar if you're actually trying to win some free candy during the story mode, and that's all you do. Okay, so Dust Buddies, so I think we already played this before, so yeah. And then in this game, that the plot itself is actually a lot more different this time. That I think I already briefly mentioned that in the Wiggler's Garden, but I'll explain that again. Now in the beginning, that Mario saw the shooting star out of the sky, and then what happens is that in the next morning is that he actually come across into the Bowser's invitation, which I'm pretty sure is actually served as food and stuff. And then including Donkey Kong gets the Bowser's invite as well, including Diddy Kong as well. The first time the Mario Party in Mario Party history that finally that Diddy Kong has now made his appearance in the Mario Party series anyways, or else he'll become a playable character in Mario Party Star Rush, of course. So,
Oh yeah.
hooray, now I'm in the lead. Thank you for that. And then, what happens is that while Mario and the gang did manage to reach into Bowser's castle, I'm presuming, and what happens is that Bowser actually uses this, Sky Spectre. That way, it allows the players to get transformed into tiny formations of themselves. And basically, that's how the main theme of the board actually looks like. So basically, all the 8 playable characters anyway, Mario, Luigi, Wario, Yoshi, the princess, you know that, can actually explore the actual environment of the boards themselves. Like, they can travel through the garden, they can travel through the room itself, which is kind of cool, and especially the jungle and the library, which I thought was interesting, and especially more interestingly, the pinball machine. But yeah, cool stuff, I have to say. So yeah, now the star space will be shuffled, so even then we're going back to the cheapest musical note, or probably just 10 coins version of this, even musical notes coded D, but I don't mind about it too much. But anyway, so let's go ahead and let Daisy just manage to get herself a go. Oh, she missed about 1 space away from that next star space. That's a bit unfortunate.